Hello, my name is Bonolo. Welcome to my channel. This past December, I went on my first trip to Cape Town, and in this video, I will be taking you along.
Welcome to Cape Town International Airport.
I stayed at the Rose, and my first impression was that the staff was very welcoming and also the place is secure. They have a face recognition feature for accessing the rooms. The rooftop has a stunning view of Table Mountain and Lion's Head. I learned that the cloud covering Table Mountain is called tablecloth, and the Lion's Head gets its name from its peak, which looks like a lion resting. The next morning, the plan was to visit Robben Island. I got to the Robben Island ticket office at 9 a.m. but the next slot wasn't until 3 p.m. So I decided to visit the Two Oceans Aquarium while waiting since it's also nearby. The Two Oceans name comes from the fact that the aquarium showcases diverse marine life found in both the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. The jellyfish section was mesmerizing. There is so much beauty and diversity in the ocean. I learned that sea turtles are like living dinosaurs and have been swimming in oceans for over 100 million years. Sadly, they often get injured and the aquarium helps rehabilitate them, like this turtle with an injured carapace. When I entered the penguin section, I was greeted by a very strong marine scent. It's quite noticeable. The African penguins are sadly at great risk of extinction due to lack of food, habitat destruction, oil spills, and ocean litter. As I made my way into the shark zone, I expected to read only about how dangerous they are, but the aquarium focuses on changing that perception. Did you know that humans kill about 100 million sharks every year? Also, sharks lose and replace thousands of teeth in their lifetime. After visiting the aquarium, I saw the swing bridge in action. It's a practical piece of engineering, swinging open to let the boats through and then closing to allow the pedestrians to cross. I also got an email saying the 3 p.m. Robben Island trip was cancelled due to bad weather. So I rushed back to reschedule my ticket since you can only do that at the office if you bought it there. So I ended the day at Camps Bay Beach. My Uber driver warned me to keep a close eye on my belongings because it's busy and things can go missing. It was insanely windy and the water was icy cold. Day 2 was finally Robben Island Day. I was supposed to leave on the 9 a.m. ferry, but it got cancelled again, this time due to technical issues. Luckily, I got on the 11 a.m. ferry. The ride was bumpy and honestly, I wasn't a fan. But once I arrived, the experience was worth it.
And I'm also welcoming you to Robben Island, the World Heritage Site.
Unlike other prisoners, Robert Sobukwe was kept completely alone for most of his time on Robben Island, and this is where he was kept. The apartheid government feared his influence so much that they created the Sobukwe clause, which allowed them to extend his detention indefinitely without a trial. Then there's the lime quarry, where prisoners were forced into hard labor under the hot sun. The bright glare from the white limestone made many to suffer from permanent eye damage.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Terence Perry. We're allowed to have bread once a year in December. 1979, I was charged for sabotage and I was put here. After being severely tortured, that's where I lost 80% of my vision in the right eye. Right up to mid-1978, prisoners slept on the floor. Were issued with these two sisal mats and 3 blankets. Black political prisoners were treated far worse than dogs. And this institution produced 3 presidents of the Republic of South Africa. The first president being President Nelson Mandela. The second president was Kgalema Motlanthe, and the third president was Jacob Zuma. The person who spent most years on this island was Jafta Masemola. He spent 27 years here on the island. Our leaders used buckets to relieve themselves. When we go in here, President Mandela's cell was the fourth one on your right hand side. And that's the only cell that you'll see that red bucket. May I also take this opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2025. I thank you all.
My trip to Robben Island left a lasting impression on me. After Robben Island, I visited Clifton Beach. The stairs leading to the beach were exhausting. The beach had a peaceful and private vibe. The Uber driver said it's relatively safe. It was less windy than Camps Bay, but the water was still freezing. The next day, I visited Table Mountain. I arrived at 7:30 a.m. because the weather is usually better in the morning. The queue was long, but it moved quickly once they opened at 8. The cable car ride was an amazing experience. It takes up to 65 people. It rotates inside, giving everyone a 360-degree view as it goes up, and it only takes 5 minutes. As we approached the top, cold wind started seeping through the window. The one time I didn't carry my jacket, the weather decided to show me flames. At the top, it was freezing, like the peak of winter, and I wasn't dressed for it, but the views were absolutely worth it. I couldn't believe I was actually in the clouds. The highlight for me at Table Mountain was definitely the clouds. It's not every day you get to actually be in the clouds. Usually that's something you experience only when you're in an airplane. The 1067 restaurant gets its name from the mountain's height, which is 1,067 meters above sea level. Inside though, it was super warm. I got a coffee just to warm up, even though I am not usually a fan. I couldn't resist showing the view again as the cable car descended. Down below there were people waiting to board. After that, I headed over to Bo-Kaap. It's known for its colorful houses. Formerly known as Malay Quarter, it's originally home to the Cape Malay community, who are descendants of slaves brought to Cape Town by Dutch colonists. But now, it's inhabited by a mix of Muslim families, including people from various parts of South Africa, as well as immigrants from other countries. Afterwards, I made my way to the mall. I didn't record much because, well, it's just the mall. After exploring the mall for a bit, I went back to my room to rest and prepare for the trip home the next day. So that was my trip to Cape Town. There's a lot more I wanted to do, but time and exhaustion got in the way. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.